Do you believe in love? How he on myself. I really don't think I'm strong enough. Oh.
Do you believe in love after love?
Well,
what's going on, everybody?
Hey guys, welcome
Anime
back.
Anarchy.
I'm Sean.
I'm Chance.
I'm sure you know that already. So since the last time we met, there's been some trials and tribulations in the Henschel household, right? So we've dealt with sickness, of course. That seems to always happen. Where we are in Southwest Virginia, we had some crazy ass weather.
Yeah.
How you doing, Nick? So there was literally one day, and this is probably why everybody gets sick so often at this time of year, but so the day before this happened, it was like 80 degrees outside and sunny. All right. The next day we had, in the morning, we had like this massive storm. It was the day that there was supposed to be like this huge storm come in.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a storm in the morning, and then it snowed right after that.
Yep.
And then a cold front came in, and it was super windy, and then it got freezing. It was like 25 degrees that night.
Yeah, it's been a fun couple weeks.
So, yeah, snow right after a freaking thunderstorm. And
the day after it was like 80 degrees.
Yeah, it was a legitimate storm. It was kind of like a summer storm, and then it snowed right after that. Crazy, just weird weather. Whether you believe in global warming or not, it just seems crazy, right?
Yeah, I was driving to work the next day, and I mean, like, there was nothing at my house. Like, there was no snow to be seen anywhere. Nothing on any of our cars. You know, I guess it like just didn't make it. But on my way into work, and I just worked like 20 minutes away. On my drive in, I saw 3 different cars on the road that were covered in snow.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
weird, dude.
And I was thinking, because I didn't even know like that it had snowed the night before until that. And I was like, did it snow last night? Like, how are they covered in snow? And then I got to work, and somebody on the street next to my job was parked, and their car was covered in snow too.
And
like,
sure enough, if you looked in the mountain, even on the mountains for even a few days, they were covered in snow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we do have some bipolar weather in Southwest Virginia. Let me tell you, once it gets to like the spring, early spring, and then like late fall, it gets crazy.
It doesn't know whether it wants to be summer or winter.
Even sometimes in like December, we'll have some like 60-degree sunny days, and then the next day it'll be like in the 20s or the teens. So I think that's why people get sick here all the time. It just messes with our immune system. 2
years ago, it was the last Thanksgiving that we had at Mike and Kathy's. A lot of us were like in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah,
like
it's just weird.
Like, it's supposed to be chilly in late November.
Right, exactly. So that happened, and then last week, let's see, Pittsburgh weather is goofy. It went from 75 and sunny. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's
same thing basically.
Yeah. So last Tuesday, this is why we didn't record last week. We tried to get Reese, my dog, fixed, because he's 60.6 pounds, and he's very humpy dumpy. You know what I mean? He's been like that since he was a puppy.
Yeah.
And the vets prior told us to wait until a year to get him neutered. Now, these vets, so we would take him to new ones because he's very anxious, and these people specialize in like anxious dogs.
Yeah.
Or animals, period.
I've never seen a dog get neutered at the very latest, it's like 6 months.
Yeah, so that's what we should have done. They told us, okay, well, a dog that size, it's your preference, right? When you want to get them neutered.
Right.
Okay, well, great. Well, if we would have done that sooner, we would have got him neutered when he was a lot smaller,
Yeah.
a lot more manageable, and I think that the recovery time probably would have been less. But either way, so we went to get him neutered, dropped him off early in the morning. Colson was with us too, as we kept him home from daycare because of this whole shenanigans. And we get him in there. He's still extremely nervous. We gave him like these happy pills, right, which made him a little bit high. But he was still really anxious, and so we talked to the vet or like the assistant or whatever for a little bit.
Yeah.
Dropped him off and went to go home. Now this place is like right underneath Bent Mountain, like past Cave Springs, so it's like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
And so we get home and we sit down to start working, right? And like I said, Colson's, going to be with us throughout the whole day. Then we get a call from the vet saying, I hate to make these calls, but we were unable to neuter him because he was so freaking strong and anxious and scared that he kept bucking them off when they were trying to give him, because they were trying to get a blood draw, they were trying to give him vaccines and get him neutered, obviously. So they tried to sedate him. They had to sedate him 3 times.
What the fuck?
And he still wouldn't let him. Well, at this point, after getting sedated 3 times, it was unsafe for him to get put under, like anesthesia.
Okay.
So they couldn't do the neuter. But luckily, they were able to do the blood work and the vaccines, even though he was still like, they had to like
Still
literally sit
fighting.
on the floor with him
What the hell, man?
because he wouldn't let him restrain him. And so we had to rush and go pick him up right after we got home. And this was still like, 9 o'clock in the morning. And we get there and Kalen literally has to like drag him out because his tongue is sticking out. He is gone. Like he is super hot.
Jesus.
And her and like the vet tech had to, and I couldn't help because I had to stay in the car with Colson, right?
Okay.
They had to like pick him up and put him in the car. And like I said, and you could tell he's just super high. He's still trying to move, like to like get us to like get in between us in the front seats, right? And Colson's sitting back there in the back seat with him. And but he's been sedated so many times. They said that he was going to be out for the rest of the day. But no, he was only out. Like we brought him up. I had to carry him all the way up here so he could be in the office with Kalen while I was downstairs with Colson, because Colson would probably bother him and mess with him while he's trying to sleep and recover. Yeah, he was a fried dog. And God, but luckily after about 4 hours, he started, you could tell his back legs were starting to move again. He was still like bumping into stuff. He hit his head on the wall a few times when he would try to lay down next to Caitlin at her desk. God, it was a cluster, and I was finally able to get him to go outside and go to the bathroom after about 6 or 8 hours. So sure enough, then we had to pay more money. Luckily, not too much more, but more money for him to get neutered. We're trying again tomorrow.
Okay.
And they gave us like literal tranquilizers. They doubled up his like sedatives.
Okay.
That we have to give him before he goes. And then we have like these tranquilizers that we put on his, like it's in a syringe, we'll put it on his gums. And so that goes like directly in his blood system.
Okay.
We have to do that like 1 hour prior. And we're going to take him again tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, and we're going to have to be there too.
Yeah.
So that's why your mom is staying the night.
Okay.
So that she could be with Colson while we go, and we have to be in there while they try to sedate him to get him
kind of calm him down.
Yeah, able to be neutered.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Natalie's had to go back to the back room with the vet sometimes for Lacey to be able to just get her to chill out enough for them to do whatever work they need to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a crazy story. I can't believe if he was that bad after like getting all that they still weren't able to do the neutering. If you had to carry him, if everyone's carrying him around to move,
they said at that point it wasn't safe to put him under with all that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're.
Because he might not have woke up.
So now we're hitting him with an elephant tranquilizer, and that's going to be safe.
This is a different sort of like. Okay. So yeah, this is different. But I mean, if you want some, we got some downstairs, and we can try to do the podcast.
Well, okay. Use what you need for the dog, you know, and then if there's anything left over, call me.
Okay, gotcha. Maybe we'll do an episode while we're tranked. We're drilling down our.
I'm sure that'll be very entertaining.
Oh God, but yeah, so it's been an interesting few weeks. Sorry that we haven't been here in a while. You know, Chance has been chomping at the bit to get these episodes recorded.
Yeah, and well, too, and on top of all that, I work at my job. I work at a convenience store where it's just me and one other person that work there. So my schedule
and it's downtown.
changes.
It's literally downtown.
It's in the middle of downtown. So my schedule changes so much, and like is so it's very flexible, but like it's never like concrete or guaranteed like what it's gonna be.
Right.
And like because he is flexible, when I need things changed, for something like the funeral or whatever the case may be, I have to be just as flexible with my boss. You know, if hey, I need you on this day, so I need you to be off this day.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have conflicts, I kind of have to, because like we're the only two people there. We have to be able to work with each other.
Now, and that reminds me too, I've been to 2 funerals already this year, including your mama. And I have another one for my great aunt to go to in April.
That's terrible, man. I'm sorry.
Well, that's one of those where she's been fading away for a long time. She's been in a nursing home for years.
Yeah, it's not better, but it does make it a little bit
makes it a little easier than
something abrupt.
Yeah. But I appreciate it, Nick. It's just it's been 2026 has been absolutely crazy, and that's not even talking about which we obviously won't get into here, but the state of the world right now. It's not even talking about everything that's in the news.
It's just crazy.
This is just our personal lives.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, hopefully with this podcast, we'll only get better and more consistent.
Yeah. That is always the goal.
We want to eventually do this full time.
I know we say that. Almost every time we say that, it's followed by like a 2-week break for some reason or another.
Some crazy issue.
Every time. But it's always, every time we say it, it's the truth. It's always the goal is to be more consistent and have everything go. It's just so hard.
Because we're still adults. Yeah. We have families and full-time jobs and
that don't have the same kind of schedules.
Right. And life happens.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to truck through and grind through until we can do this full time. And, how we do want to make our money, obviously, is, not from, you guys or anything like that. We want to grow our fan base, right? We want to be able to get sponsorships. We want companies to be able to pay us.
Yeah, I'm not exactly, of course, it's a nice dream for sure. But I'm not ever expecting to this be the sole source of income in both of our households, you know what I mean? But boy, wouldn't it be so nice though if this could cover a couple bills in both of our houses?
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly,
line the savings a little bit or something,
or nowadays cover the gas bill.
Yeah,
but either way, so it's been crazy, but we're definitely happy to be here today.
We always have fun every time we do this, even when people don't watch. But hey,
it's all about keeping it going. Who cares?
Yeah,
we have fun doing it. So,
and the lives don't do so good, and realistically, for YouTube standards, our full episodes don't either. But I'm sure you've noticed too. But more people seem to be consistently watching it.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's only a few people, like there are definitely
Yeah.
some people that actually watch these.
And our reels do a decent amount. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you know, it's just getting out there. You know, there's still a lot of people that don't even know that we exist.
Yeah,
But the more we put out, the more that'll change.
absolutely.
So, and Nick, you are our #1 fan. You're here
Oh
every
yeah.
time.
No, oh yeah. If we we don't expect to ever get like this for real, but honestly, if we ever get to a point where like if we're doing like have booze or something set up at like a Comic-Con, you know,
Yeah.
or speaking or something like that, because a
Mhm.
lot of YouTubers like do things like that. Um,
Yeah.
you are definitely getting free pass in
Oh yeah.
for sure. We will cover that
Oh
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly. You're involved now, Nick. So
Yeah,
you can't go anywhere.
MVP
That's
or
right.
MVF, most valued fan.
That's right. You'll be the OG forever. So, but this this week, Invincible season 4
Oh my god, yeah.
just came out.
That's the only thing I can think about right now.
Right. So
Don't get me wrong, JJK is so hype right now.
yeah.
Vigilantes is getting super like it's kicking it up itself up a notch for sure. So I'm enjoying that too, but Invincible is the only thing that matters right now.
Yeah. So I've been binging that. I've also been, you know, trying to catch up to where we're at The Boys because season 5 is going to come out April.
And you're finally on season 4.
I'm on
of The
season 4.
Boys,
Yeah.
So you're almost
I'm at the
caught up.
beginning of season 4, and I have to leave soon. Yeah, that's fine. Do what you need to do, man.
Yeah, man.
So you know, we've been talking about JJK season 3 and season 2 of Vigilantes, but right now the main thing that I want to talk about in Chances 2 is Invincible season 4.
Oh yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, first of all, we were absolutely like spoiled last week with that premiere. I mean, 3 episodes in one day.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
that is
nice.
that never happens. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was pretty excited about that. I think, you know, some a lot of shows will do like 2 episodes when a season drops and then do 1 after that.
Yeah.
I think Maul is going to do the same thing, where it's going to drop 2 or 3 episodes on day 1
Yeah.
and then do weekly releases. But they're doing that specifically so that the last episode ends on May the 4th.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, so I guess I don't know. I guess maybe let's start in the middle. So let's start with episode 2, because episodes 1 and 3 are direct continuation. Where because 2 really, I feel like, should have been the opening episode of the season.
So really, we want to talk about Nolan and Alan.
Yes,
right?
Nolan and Alan.
Omni-Man and Alan.
So we start off the episode. It's a flashback scene, like Nolan's explaining to Alan the history of the Viltrumites, and more specifically the Scourge virus and why there are only 50 Viltrumites left.
Yeah.
Because they did have what he said in like season 1 or 2, where they killed each other to cull the weak. That is true. That did happen.
Yeah.
But like,
that's kind of like the Spartans, how they did
it.
Yeah,
but it wasn't as drastic as a lot of people think. They did not kill themselves down to 50. They killed themselves down to a couple of billion. Like, where they just culled the absolute weakest of their society, and then everybody else just had to prove themselves to, you know, stay alive. And I'm sure, yes, they still killed people when you failed on a mission or you showed weakness, but it wasn't the same, you know? But the Scourge virus, we saw it being released onto planet Viltrum. Yep. And I mean, it looks like they sent little satellites of it all over the planet.
Yeah, and it was disguised as like an asteroid or like a meteor.
So that's why they didn't like stop it or shoot it down or something.
Exactly.
You know.
And like these little like broken like little plates, like metal plates.
Yeah.
And went all around and then just just burst out this like toxic gas. And
I mean, it spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
I mean, it infected literally everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and at first, So while this is happening, at first I didn't realize that the guy that was
The young
talking to
guy?
the kids
Yeah.
was Nolan.
Yeah.
Right. I thought that Nolan's father was like Nolan or somebody that was related to Nolan, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? Because I was watching the subtitles, obviously. But then I see, right, and so they were having this school or whatever. The kids, they fight each other to the death, right? Like they fight each other, and some kids will die,
Yeah.
right? The weak will die.
Yeah.
So that was their plan or whatever.
That's how they teach from such a young
yeah,
age. They look
exactly.
like they were like
So it's
between,
like the
6 and
it's
9,
like the
you know?
Spartans.
Yeah.
They're literally born into being warriors.
Yep.
And so and then once he was done with that, then all of a sudden, was it his mom or his dad that just came in and like beat the shit out of him at first? I think it was his dad, right? And he was like, "It's time to become an adult" or something like that.
They were both attacking him.
I know his mom was fucking crazy.
His dad had him in he had him in like a headlock.
Mhm.
And then he's like, "You forgot, didn't you?" And then his mom was like, "It's your day of adulthood." You know, like, and then she cracked her knuckles to go beat his ass.
So apparently, to graduate from, I guess, adolescence to adulthood, you have to fight your parents.
Yeah. And I guess the expectation is you either, unlikely but possibly, you win, beat your parents, or survive and prove that you're at least strong enough to not embarrass the Empire, you know, out on missions, you know.
So I mean, and if you haven't watched this, the Viltrumites are like, they're all like Superman except stronger, because they don't have to be close to the sun. Yes, they have weaknesses, right? But
no, I mean, they're not stronger.
I mean, if you take Superman away from the sun,
much less weaknesses. Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So if you take Superman away from the sun, like in the prison realm, right? Then he doesn't have his power.
Yeah. And would get squished like a bug.
Yeah.
By a Viltrum.
Viltrumites, as we've been learning, they do have their weaknesses, but they don't have to stay like around the sun or whatever. You know,
they just always have their powers, no matter what they are.
Exactly, and they can live an extremely long amount of time, right? Thousands of years, right? They age really, really slowly. And so God only knows like how old Nolan was when he went to adulthood. But
I don't know, because so I think they said Argal, the former emperor.
Yeah.
I think it was he was something like, he died something like 2,000 years before the story, something like that. It might have been longer than that, but it was at least about 2,000 years was when the emperor was killed.
By the betrayer.
And when Thaddeus left, by the betrayer.
Oh, we didn't know. Well, I had an inkling.
What?
I had an inkling that Thaddeus was the betrayer, or did he already say that he was the betrayer?
Well, we already knew he was a Viltrumite.
Right, we did know that.
And we also already knew that the only did we know about, did they mention was this the first episode they ever mentioned the betrayer?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the first 2 seasons, or first 3 seasons. I don't remember. I just everybody, I think we all thought that Omni-Man was like the first one to kind of revolt, but then we found out that Thaddeus was a Viltrumite.
Right.
And obviously a lot older.
He might have said to Alan, like, I'm the only one who's ever done it, or something like that.
Maybe. But
because Alan thought that Nolan was the first one to rebel. Yeah. And then Thaddeus was probably like, not the first.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Here's my mustache.
Yeah, exactly. But God, how old do you think Thaddeus is?
I would say on the low end,
because obviously he's over 2,000 years old.
Yeah, I would say on the low end he's like 6,000.
Because he's the one that killed Argal.
Yeah, because we don't know how long they actually live.
Right.
You know, but
yeah, so it really
he does look like an old man.
This whole excursion that they're going on right now is because they want to extinguish the Viltrumites, because they are still doing the reign of terror, conquering planets, you know, kind of like the Empire, trying to put in order, right? Order by like authoritarianism.
Authoritarianism.
Yeah, nism. Sorry. So
Isms up, dude.
yeah, exactly. So but there's only 50 of them left, but that's still more than enough because they're the strongest in the universe, really.
Yeah.
And but Nolan knows from his excursions all these different weaknesses that he put into like his graphic novels or comic books for Mark. But so him and Alan, since they broke out of the prison, they're going to find these leads, or they're going to investigate these leads to see if they're still around, so they can use it against the Viltrumites. Some of them are extinct, if they were like organic matter, right? Some of them are extinct. Some of them were destroyed or don't exist anymore. But they have found a few of them, like what was it, the Galactic Patroller or whatever, who had that gun that
the space racer.
Space Racer that just rips through everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The Infinity Ray.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so sick. He shoots black holes at things.
It's fucking crazy. And so he, even though everybody hates Nolan because he's a Viltrumite and Viltrumites have fucked everything up. Sorry, I just burped. Excuse me. So, so Nolan has to, every single planet that there is life, right, that they have to investigate, he has to basically apologize, right? Or Alan has to talk for him, like, hey, he's good now. He's trying to.
He's doing his best. He's helping.
Which Alan is he still Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been watching on subtitles.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. And so Alan keeps trying to get Nolan to join their cause, right? To actually have a war against the remaining Viltrumites.
Yep.
But Nolan is like, no, this is just, I'm doing this for
as
me,
a favor for
right?
you. Yeah.
This is a favor for you, but I'm doing this for me as well. I'm not joining any war. This is just a personal thing that I'm doing.
Well, he's specific. So he's like, I'm going to help you find these weapons so y'all can better defend yourselves, but I'm not going to fight with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, after we're done, I'm leaving and I'm going to fight them on my own.
Yeah. So he doesn't want to join the cause, right? He doesn't want to join the resistance.
He's just fighting as a personal matter. Yeah.
But Alan keeps, trying to get him in it. And then, okay, so this part was funny. So while they're going through all these places, they're in this really shitty ship, right? With this really shitty captain. And Nolan has to share a room with Alan and his wife, who literally bang every single night.
Yep.
They keep him awake because every single time that they're in their room, Omni-Man is just like this with his pillow over his ears, and then you could just hear Alan and the wife banging in the next room because he's just on the couch. It's like a 1-bedroom little suite area. Come to find out, there is a whole bunch of open rooms.
Yeah.
God, I swear to God.
The captain thought they were in a throuple.
Yeah.
So they just gave him one room.
So, God, that fucking captain. And then when they go try to find the Ragnars, or these like lizard people almost. Yep. I mean, they're not sentient, right? They're just like, I don't think they're sentient. Yeah, they're like dinosaurs, and their planet has very, very like intense gravity, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how they're so strong. And Nolan says, from the original like recon team that they went, he was the only survivor. So obviously Ragnars are a huge threat to the Viltrumites, right? But they originally built this like big mirror to reflect away the or like the shield to
stop the sun
from hitting the planet.
So the planet would freeze.
Yeah, so the planet froze, and the Ragnars are frozen solid. So they went down there to try to, grab them, and while they were still frozen, and bring them up to the ship, just like a few of them. So that'd be enough to, at least take out a few.
Unleash them onto a battlefield of Viltrumites.
Yeah. But this stupid ass captain,
Yep.
instead of, because they needed to move the
Tilting it slightly.
Yeah,
He destroyed it.
yeah. He wanted to. He's like, all right, photon beams. You know, real, you know,
Fire
shoot.
the missiles.
Yeah, exactly, and literally destroyed the fucking shield. So then they had to. Alan and Nolan had to fight just them two, this army of Ragnars, right? And when they would try to fly away, even though they're extremely strong
And fast.
when they tried to fly away, they were going so slow, right?
The gravity.
Exactly. And these Ragnars could jump really high and a lot faster. So they just kept getting torn down. And so luckily, sorry if I missed something important. Oh no, you're fine, Nick. So luckily, Alan's wife, being a smart person, commandeered the ship from the dumbass captain. And
plus, I mean, she's a general in the coalition of planets. Like,
exactly.
I feel like she's like official enough to take over control of the ship.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
And she's definitely more competent than a captain.
So she was luckily able to block the sunlight to this part of the planet with the ship, just long enough for them to start freezing over so that they could get back to the ship. So the Ragnars were a bust for now, and they almost died. But luckily she commandeered the ship. She took control of it, and there was a mutiny, and everybody agreed except for the captain because he's a dumbass.
Yeah, but just imagine how deadly those things would be actually if they get them off the planet one day.
Dude,
because
for real. I mean, it was thousands of them, if not more.
Well, even just like, say they only get like 3, right? Like, you know, just imagine how powerful they'd actually be on like a planet like Earth, right?
Yeah.
So we know how fast Alan and Nolan are. I mean, they can both fly across the universe.
Yeah.
Like in the time that they can hold their breath, like 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So they can do that. They're that fast, but they could not go super speed at all on the Ragnar's planet because the gravity was so much stronger. Even as powerful as they are, they could only fly at like kind of a normal speed, right?
Yeah.
So, but the Ragnars were so strong, they can jump up and higher faster than they can fly away and grab onto them.
Yeah.
So a planet like Earth, even though they can't fly, they would be
so much less,
just as fast, if not faster, than
I didn't even think about
Viltrumite.
that. Yeah.
They would be able to run like Red Rush, you know?
Exactly.
Like they'd be that fast.
God, that would be
and
crazy.
Even stronger. Like,
yeah. And they were even still thawing out when they were fighting.
They weren't even at their full If they were fully thawed out and not still like mostly frozen, they would not have been able to survive.
And I picture basically if the way that they act, it'd be like if the Hulk had claws and sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
They're
just rushing through everything, super strong, can, you know, just run through buildings and shit like that, run through fucking mountains and just claw the shit out of you and bite you, basically eat you. That's what these things were. And they were probably, how much do you think would be on that planet? Probably thousands, hundreds of thousands. I mean, I don't think that they did anything to that planet except freeze it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they extinguished any of them, really.
So, assuming all of them survived, like the ones we saw, which they probably did, as powerful as they are, then yeah, I would imagine there was quite a lot of them still on that planet. Whatever their entire population was.
Yeah.
So,
dude, if they could just get all the Viltrumites, all 50 of them, in like a ship, like a kind of like a cell, but and just launch it into that planet, then they would be gone. But anyway, so they're gonna try to build another shield or whatever and go back to that one. But so we go back to Thaddeus. Okay, so all this is building up to Thaddeus and Nolan having a conversation, because there were think, you know, elephants in the room, you know, unspoken things that Thaddeus wanted to tell him that would hopefully not get him killed and actually have Nolan join their cause. Very ballsy of him.
Yeah.
Let me just say, if not stupid. But he brings them into this room, this like lab. And sure enough, here is a vial of even more advanced Scourge.
Yeah. Got the virus still.
So Thaddeus is the one.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. You don't actually listen to the
Yeah.
show. You just read
Subtitles.
it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So Thaddeus, sorry guys, actually is the one that created the Scourge and killed billions upon billions of Viltrumites.
Yeah.
His own people.
Yeah.
So like good or bad, like you got to be a little fucked up in the head to be able to do that to your own people.
Or at the very least, you got to be fucked up from it afterwards.
Yeah,
And
that too.
you know, he did say to Nolan though, he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm absolutely disgusted with myself. However,
Yeah.
I don't regret what I did. I'm going to finish. We're going to finish the job. They
Yeah.
will all die. And then once the Viltrumite threat is gone for good, then he said he's probably going to kill himself.
Yeah.
Like
And-
for what he did.
And Nolan, you know, even though he's against the Viltrumites right now, like even he was like, this is like, how could you do this to your own people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was about to beat him to death.
I think it's not so much like how could you kill your own people, because he's going to do the same and he already has killed some, but it's more like a how could you kill them in such a cowardly way?
Yeah,
like
that is true. Yeah.
You killed them all with a virus, like a pussy, you know,
Yeah.
can't even fight them.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, they didn't get an honorable, like a warrior's death. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
So, and what was the emperor's name? Argal?
Yeah.
Okay, so originally the betrayer killed Argal to kind of implement this new regime change, and instead of like just a warrior race of Viltrumites going and conquering from planet to planet, right, or extinguishing planets that they think should be extinguished, he thought that there would be like a change of mindset if Argal wasn't in power to, you know, put these rules in place
It was
or
too
enforce
late.
these rules.
It was too
Yeah.
late. They already believe that shit.
Yeah, it was too late. They believed it and they've grown up in it since they were born.
Because you got to think, all of them lived for thousands of years. This emperor had probably been ruling for thousands of years.
Probably
Yeah.
tens of thousands. I mean,
Yeah, possibly.
yeah.
So, I mean,
So I mean, it's embedded in their DNA.
Yeah.
And so it just made them stronger because it made them want to fight more, right? Like their pride they had so much pride, basically. You know what I'm saying? And so obviously that's when he created the Scourge, because that was the only other way.
Yep.
Because he wasn't going to be able to fight everybody himself. So
and then Argal did have heirs. He had at least one child, possibly more than one child.
is that the one that's in the chair now, in the seat now?
No. So all of the children were presumed, some of their identities were like kept secret for like just to keep the bloodline safe. But with the Scourge virus killing 99.99% of the population, basically they never found like the heirs. So they pretty much, the bloodline is dead. So Thrag was created, like he wasn't created for this, but because okay, I don't know if they covered his origin at all, but basically Thrag is the perfect Viltrumite. So he was genetically engineered to be like, he's basically like the Captain America of Viltrumites. He's the super soldier of Viltrumites.
That's
So
scary.
what? Yeah, take
Scary
whatever
to
a
think about.
Viltrumite can do
Yeah.
and stack on a super soldier like level amp on him, and that's Thrag.
That's
And
crazy.
so he's physically superior in every way, and he's actually older than Nolan because he took over as Grand Regent right after Argal died.
Oh,
And
damn.
so but Nolan was still a cadet who just graduated.
Yeah.
When Argal died, he was already like, he wasn't even an adult yet.
Yeah.
You know, so like Thrag is older than Nolan, but looks significantly younger.
I would guess that that's the genetically enhancement.
so
He's going to live longer.
Either he'll live longer, or at the very least, he'll be like a Saiyan and maintain his youth for longer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously we get to see him in the last
He's the most badass person
episode. He's sitting on the
in the
throne.
entire series.
And so I'm guessing since we actually saw him, he's going to be involved. Probably not in the next episode, because you said that it's going to be Mark in
I'm
hell.
pretty sure next episode is going to be the the new episode that was not in the comics. Yeah.
But So, see, Dinosaurus. Oh, yeah, we got to see Dinosaurus, Thrag, Universa, Volcanica. I was just reading this. So I'm guessing we'll get to see Thrag this season doing
Oh,
something.
dude, yes. He's
Which,
gonna have a lot of moments.
and I thought Conquest was fucking badass. And he come okay, so he's still alive, right? And how I thought it was fucking stupid for them to keep him because he is so fucking strong. You can tell he's really old, so he's been
Cecil
fighting
was just
forever.
arrogant and thought
Yeah.
they could contain him.
But no, he broke out. He went back to Thrag, and he, of course, even him, he bowed his head in shame.
Yep.
Wanted to die an honorable death, or will die a painful death, not honorable, to be an example for others for failure. And Thrag is like, I'm not going to reward such failure. So even Conquest has to bow his head to Thrag. So it's going to be crazy to see how extraordinary Thrag is.
Well, even you can also tell Conquest isn't the second most powerful.
Omni-Man.
I don't even know who
Omni-Man? No, Omni-Man. Like omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Yeah,
all powerful.
Fuck my life. Yeah.
Or
So
I can do everything, man.
Yeah. Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name is Omni-Man, but he goes by, Nolan. Nolan is his real name.
Yeah.
So, not Almond Man. I'm Nippletent.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've never had a nipple tent before, but it could be a thing.
All right.
Maybe you can invent one, but
maybe. All right. But
as strong as
what?
You said, like as strong as Conquest is, right?
Oh yeah. So I mean, as strong as Conquest is, he's not even the second strongest like Viltrumite, because you can also tell that there's a difference between him and General Craig.
Yeah.
Because General Craig,
he's the one with the
slapped him around and was like, "On your knees, you fucking dog."
Yeah, and then that woman on the other side who originally went to Earth, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. So that's just 3 of them, right?
Yeah. And now I don't know for sure if this is true.
Or 4 of them. So.
But according to the GDA's data, their data suggests that Anissa is stronger than Omni-Man, because they think, okay, so they said it in, it was it was in season 3, the season where she shows up on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil and Donald are talking about just the stuff that they've seen from like her fighting the kaiju and this and that. And Donald's like, I can't be sure, but he basically, Cecil was like, if this turns into a fight, what are Mark's chances? And Donald was like, not very good. We do not think he can win this. But in episode 1 of season 3, when they're doing their little training montage, they talk about the growth that he's had. And Donald said, we think Invincible at this stage might be able to go toe-to-toe with his father.
Yeah.
So if they think he can go toe-to-toe with his father, maybe. Yeah. He might still lose, but like he has a chance of winning. But they don't think he has a chance against Anissa. At the very least, that means the GDA think that Anissa's stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but they think so.
Yeah. Always a possibility. And I mean, I would think at this point, Mark and Nolan can go toe to toe, because there's been so much time has passed, and he's had so much more experience.
And Mark's been training consistently, whereas Nolan has not. He's been basically, he's either been taking it easy on Thraxa or he's been in prison.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
that's, so he hasn't been training and keeping up with that.
Yeah.
I do think once he picks up if he were to pick up his training regimen again,
it'd be like round
he would probably get stronger still.
Yeah.
And I think he does at some point. He never, don't worry though, he never catches up to Thrag.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't expect that. So really, I mean, if Thrag is this powerful, they're going to have some of these weaknesses that they're trying to gather.
Yeah.
In order to even
have a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You got to think, honestly, for someone as powerful as Thrag, the best plan of action would be hit him with a poison dart from that plant that they found. unleash a pack full of Ragnars on him. If that doesn't work, hit him with Space Racer's gun.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, while he's been damaged from all this other stuff, just absolutely
rampage him.
Just everybody dogpile him all at once, including Battle Beast, and hope that works.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But they haven't found Battle Beast yet. They're still looking for him.
Yeah. So, that's what they're doing right now, I believe. Because they go to their plan, they're like, follow the blood and fire or something like that. Yep. That's where he'll be.
And then when they get back to Earth, the first thing they're going to do, other than try and recruit Mark, is they have another hero on Earth to recruit.
Oliver? Or is he too young?
He's probably too young.
Yeah.
Tech Jacket.
Oh, yes. I remember you talking about him last time, that he's one of your favorites.
Yeah. So we saw Tech Jacket in the Invincible War. He was in space, or it might be a she, because apparently it's a woman voicing the character. So they might be changing it to a woman for the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tech Jacket was fighting one or two evil marks in the Invincible War. And one, by the way. They killed the at least one, maybe two evil marks in the Invincible War.
Yeah. Battle Beast, yes, Battle Beast. Yeah.
Nobody else soloed two mark variants except for Tech Knight or Tech Jacket.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
So they'll be joining the war as well. Let's say recruit them. And then they just got to convince Mark to join up with them.
Yeah.
And
which I don't think is going to be easy with what's happening right now. What color cast should I get? My favorite color is green. So I think you should get green. What do you think? Purple? Chance says purple, I say green.
Yep.
But it's up to you.
Yep.
I like green. The Green Power Ranger was my favorite when I was little. So
yeah.
That's why green's my favorite color.
Nice.
Hey, look. Green.
True.
Yeah.
You got that.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
Got that Tanjiro green on.
Because I didn't know we were going to talk about my favorite color today.
Well, you never know what you're going to talk about.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much after they get back from hell, after whatever adventure he's about to go on with Damien Dark.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets back, it's time for war. Alan and Nolan are going to recruit him, and then once they leave Earth, it is pedals to the gas.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm excited about that.
They're going to floor it.
Hell yeah.
As soon as they get off world.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Invincible is so good. It's like, and I say this about the boys too, right? But this is a grander scale. It's if we had superheroes like in real life, right? Yeah. Like what would happen with them? The government would probably
control most
of them. Yeah. And is it on Hulu? It's on Prime. Amazon Prime.
Because in the Invincible universe, for the most part, you either work for the government or your team is sponsored by and works directly with a government agency, or you have a private company,
right?
Like Invincible Inc. or Capes Incorporated. Yep. We met them in the Invincible War.
Yeah.
So they're actually a 9-to-5 like superhero company. They work normal hours. They get paid overtime if they're working past 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like they have contracts just like Invincible Inc. So you're basically your only real options are to work for the government or to work for a private organization that is basically allowed by the government. Like most of them still have contact with Cecil in the GDA.
Oh, because you have to.
You kind of have to, yeah.
So that's why I love it so much, because it's not the standard superhero trope that is in like the Marvel movies or, in DC. It's what I think would really happen in real life. And the boys as well, because in that aspect, it's more of like a corporate marketing campaign, you know,
And
selling
honestly,
merchandise.
The
and
Boys is
stuff.
also a little bit more realistic and grounded in a sense too, because you don't have aliens and ultra dimensional beings and Atlanteans and magic and
Yeah.
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 So
But we'll talk about The Boys once season 5 comes out,
oh
which will
yeah,
be what, April 6th, I think.
I think
Is
so.
it
Yeah,
April 6th? Yeah. So that'll be a fun one to
very
talk about.
close.
Yeah. Um, but also I do like how graphic it is because it's more realistic, right?
Oh yeah,
If Mark punches somebody full throttle in the face and they're not super, they're extremely super, they're gonna explode.
yeah.
Their head's gonna explode.
Just like he
That's
did
physics,
to
right?
Russ Livingston
Yeah, exactly.
in episode 1.
So yeah, so we have a whole other part to talk about
Yeah,
with these first 3 episodes, mainly 1 and 3,
yeah.
right? So Mark and Adam Eve, they still have they're still working for themselves, really.
Invincible Inc.
Invincible Inc. So they get calls for different, you know, I don't know, jobs or bounties. I don't know what you would call them.
So how their company typically works is if it's a standing customer, it's somebody that has a contract drawn up with them
Mhm.
to basically be an on-call, like they're basically on-call security. So it's like, okay, we're going to live our lives like normally. We're going to pay you handsomely. And in return, if something cataclysmic or if any supervillains attack or something like that, we call you, and because you're on our payroll, you immediately like come.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of the deal.
Gotcha.
So now that would suck if like a prison on one side of the company that is one of their clients and a power factory on the other coast that's their client needs help at the exact same time. Right. But eventually they do outsource other employees.
I would
They
imagine
let
so.
Oliver work for them.
Yeah.
And eventually Bulletproof will do some work as well.
Okay.
So yeah, they do eventually pay other heroes to help out.
Yeah.
But for that exact reason, pretty much. But yeah, it's a pretty good business model, I guess.
Yeah. So we got to see dinosaurs.
Yes.
Right.
One of the best villains in the show.
And as we saw from the end of last season, Mark's mindset has changed since Angstrom almost like killed his family, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this: the going to war, like going to literal war, is not gonna do anything positive for his mental state, or his resolve when it comes to killing.
Oh, I would imagine. But he if there's a threat out there that legitimately threatens his family and friends,
yeah,
he has no
at least
no
less
restrictions really, or well, okay, less restrictions than he originally had, right?
Yeah.
He is not afraid to kill if he needs to. And he got close with Dinosaurus, right?
Yeah, he will feel very guilty about it afterwards once he does it.
He still has a moral
but
compass.
He knows, but he's weighing like, okay, what do I think is right? What do I want to do versus what needs to be done to actually save people?
Right, exactly. Because a lot of these villains just keep coming back.
Yeah.
Right. They'll subdue them, they'll arrest them, whatever it may be, and then they'll escape or they'll come back and they'll threaten them again, but they're stronger this time, right? Like Dr. Seismic and
the Flaxons.
Yeah, the
especially the Flaxons.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Or the Sequids. And
Sequids
they thought they got rid of.
Absolutely crazy.
But apparently one survived in
That's
Russ's
all that
stomach.
mattered. Yeah.
And came back, controlled him again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I one thing I want to say too about that is so I think what happened with the Sequids this time, what Mark had to do, and we'll get to it in a second, but like I think that was justified. I think genuinely I know it was a hard decision to make because yes, we want to save everybody, and you never want to
Yeah.
let a civilian die, especially by your own hand.
And these people were legitimate civilians.
Legitimate
they were
victims.
controlled
Yes, they were
by
victims.
the Sequids.
But there was only one left,
Mm-hmm.
and the shield was literally down at 1%. They had seconds, and Bulletproof, while he was on the way, kept getting stopped by other Sequids. He
Right.
just, there was no guarantee.
Right.
And if they did get out, if the shield broke and he didn't, like
the planet would have been
yes,
a disaster.
So I think it was a tough call, and it sucks that an innocent person had to die, but I think he made the right call.
I think so too.
Now, him killing Dinosaurus, if he had done that, would not have been a good decision.
Because he did turn back into a human.
Yeah.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe there's a way to stop him from transforming.
Right. Either that or changing the mindset of his Dinosaurus. You don't think that there's a possibility?
I've read the comics. I know what happened with Dinosaurus.
Well, having them fight for them is what I'm saying. That's also a
I think that is a logical decision that Cecil might try.
Okay.
I think that is, yes, I think you're on the right train of thought for what they're going to try to do.
Yeah. So, yes, he's not afraid to kill if he needs to. And from the Sequid situation, he had Russ, and that's all he needed to do. Was end the Sequid that had Russ as a host, right?
Because the Guardians had already gotten rid of every other unprotected human in the area, so there was nobody else there that could be infected.
Right. And they were in that shield, but as you said, the shield was at 1%.
Yeah.
And if all these Sequids that literally look like millions of them, got loose, then they would have infected the entire population.
And there were soldiers. There were like soldiers right on the other side of the shield. Right. So if the shield had broken,
and they would have had soldiers.
Then there would have been soldiers getting taken over. Yeah. Even if Mark had killed Russ after the shield went down, it wouldn't have mattered because there'd be new hosts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So from the example I gave earlier, when Mark's fist hits a civilian in the face, their head explodes. That happened.
Yeah.
Cecil stated he would have made that decision too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it wasn't like Mark, right?
Right.
So that's what he was afraid of.
He doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always finds another way.
And he's always afraid that Mark is going to turn into his father.
Yeah.
Which is a legitimate concern, right? Because
especially how he's acting right now.
Because Nolan can literally destroy the world himself. Yeah. And Mark could do the same thing even now.
And he just helped Mark get twice as strong.
Yeah, exactly. So, but and some of the Guardians are a little bit like, they don't necessarily agree with what Mark did. Some do, that it was the right call, but
Bulletproof was straight up like, no, he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And then when he came to help them against the Flaxons, he was like, do y'all really not want his help? Are y'all stupid?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, yes.
So, but then later on, after the Sequid situation, Rex had one in his fucking stomach. Mm-hmm. Remember that? He spit it up, and it almost got him.
Yep. Thankfully, Monster Girl saved
Monster
him.
Girl was there. Thank God. And hopefully that's the end of that.
Yeah, hopefully none of the other survivors have any in their stomach.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So hopefully that's the end of that. At least all the survivors, I think, are in like a facility.
Yeah.
Right, that they teleported them to.
So was Rex.
Yeah, but at least I'm hoping, like, if it's in the Pentagon, I'm hoping that, like, at least they'll get, like, screened or something.
I don't know. I'm sure Russ and Rex were both screened, too.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But I guess we'll see.
I actually don't remember if the Sequids ever attack again. Because in Invincible, they don't have, like, a lot of variety in what criminals exist and what threats exist.
Yeah.
The same things just attack over and over in the Invincible comics. So I don't remember how many times the Sequids. So far, this is their second invasion of Earth, and the third time we've seen them in action.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, but
and so while all this is happening, Adam Eve is having a major issue with her powers, to where it was like slowly declining to where she could make something out of matter, right? She moves atoms around to make things. But they would, like,
disappear
into like this like pink sludge.
Yeah.
Like basically the atoms wouldn't stay in their place for too long, then they would just destabilize,
Yep.
and anything that it was would just disintegrate. Till you get to the end, and she can't even do that, right?
Yep.
Like everything that she makes is, I don't even think she can make anything anymore.
No, now she cannot.
So she's been trying to deal with that, and trying to figure out what to do, because she can't help in these situations now because she's no longer super, right?
Yeah.
She's afraid to fly. I would be too, right? So she can't help. She's just kind of sitting there stewing and trying to figure out what to do. So Mark and her decide, let's go to Rex, because he was able to help Monster Girl. And so he does do a scan on her. She's healthy. And so they're trying to figure it out. He did help out Monster Girl, but it took him a while. So he said, maybe even like a year from now, and
Could be less, but I don't know.
She's freaking out, but then she's like, okay, well, thank you for helping. And I think if anybody can figure it out, it's Rex. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
But
unfortunately,
then
he's not going to be around.
Then the invasion of the Flaxons came again.
Yeah.
And
now this is their
third time, right? Or fourth time? I think it's their third time, right? No,
it's their fourth time.
Fourth time,
because the team fought them twice.
Yeah,
with Mark.
And then Nolan went into their dimension
on the third time.
Yeah.
I think.
And
or was it the second time?
I don't remember.
All right, so this is the third or fourth time.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
So yeah, no, the last time that they met before this happened, Nolan went in there and basically like beat the shit out of him and threatened to never come again.
Probably set them back quite a while, but they've also now had 2 years to recover.
2 years in Earth time,
and that could be centuries.
Yeah,
or thousands of
time
years.
Moves a lot faster
time
in their dimension, and so anytime they come back, even if it's like weeks after, they're a lot more advanced than they were before.
Yep.
This time it's been 2 years Earth time. So as you said, it could be centuries their time, and they're a lot more advanced than they were the last time. And so now they're taking humans, they're taking like hostages. I don't know. Do you know what they were going to plan to do with them, or are they just taking hostages to take them?
I don't remember. I don't remember what the plan is. My guess, just because I don't remember from the comics, my guess is that because they age so rapidly in the our dimension, they're probably guessing that the humans would age slower in their dimension, which would make them perfect slaves for the Flaxons, because they basically have weak, almost immortal slaves,
Yeah.
Because a human would probably age at this like a Viltrumite in the Flaxon dimension.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. And a Viltrumite would probably not age at all.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, but now they have like machines now, like armored machines that can fight, up to Mark's standards. Mark was having trouble fighting two of them at the same time, and if Mark's having trouble with them, obviously it's a huge threat. So sure enough, they had to basically find this emitter, because if they destroyed that, then it would destroy like their anti-aging, like whatever it is, so they don't age like rapidly in Earth time. And it wasn't in the Earth realm, it was in their dimension. So
smart.
Yeah. So Monster Girl and Robot, or Rex, went to the other dimension, even though Cecil told them not to. And even the captain disobeyed orders this time, because he believed in what they were doing, which was I think a huge moment for him. So they got in there, they destroyed it, but now they're stuck in the Flaxon dimension.
Yeah. So, and they were, so it's also important too to note that once they turned off the emitter for their age thing, the portal was still open, and the Guardians all agreed with Rex's idea that the Flaxons need to be stopped once and for all,
Yeah.
but they need to be stopped in their dimension so we can guarantee they won't be able to come back stronger again.
Yeah.
So even Britt was ignoring Cecil's orders
Yeah,
and was the whole team was going to go in there.
Yeah.
And now they couldn't, obviously, and like you said, now Robot and Monster Girl are trapped. And I would say they are probably going to be in the Flaxon dimension for the rest of the season.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because Cecil said they don't have a way to open the portal.
Well, I'm just guessing off of like, because I remember when they come back in the comics and how much like time passes and like everything that happens in between.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be gone until I think they come back a little bit after the Viltrumite War ends.
Gotcha. So, I mean, I figured they'd come back, so that's not necessarily a spoiler. So,
oh yeah, because we're gonna be seeing them in the like part of the episodes that we're gonna be watching this season are gonna be their adventures in the Flaxon dimension. So you're gonna be watching them the whole
which
time.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that happened. This damn Flaxons. It's like when I saw them again, I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yep.
But sorry.
Honestly, we should be trying to broker a peace deal with them. If they can create 2 suits like those robot things that can stand up to Mark like that, they would be powerful allies against the Viltrumites.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
we should definitely be trying to broker a peace deal.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you this amount of hostages if.
Well, how about we work out some kind of like economy where like humans can just work there?
Yeah, like a 9 to 5 there.
Like like they can actually just work there.
Yeah.
Like, because I think a lot of if there was legitimate like peace, if they united actually, I think a lot of humans would probably do that. If nothing else, because of the fact that they would age slower there.
Well, not only that, but let's say if you worked a 9 to 5, right, Monday through Friday, and you went into their dimension to work 8 hours, right? You come back out, it's been like what, 1 minute?
Yeah.
So you could just you have a whole free day, right?
Something like so, no, but then but then an hour later on Earth time, you'd have to go back to work because
that's true. Yeah.
How about we? So like, people who work on like oil rigs, they work 6 months on, 6 months off, something like that.
But
so you can just do 6.
Wait.
Yeah.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what it is?
What?
Are you sure?
Sure.
I'm just kidding. So, this I just thought about this. When the portal is open, the time isn't different.
Yeah, you got to cross through the portal.
So,
how are they communicating?
So yeah, the time is the
I
same.
actually thought about that too. I was like, how are they communicating if in the other side time is going forward?
Yeah, so much faster. But when they were coming and going, right, everything was the same as Earth time.
Right.
So if the portal is like stays open, then time seems to be the same. Unless that's just like some sort of plot hole.
That might just be a plot hole.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that might just be a plot hole.
Because you would think that if you were in the Flaxon realm, right, and you're looking through this portal, you would, if you were on the Earth side, sorry, and you were looking through the portal to the Flaxon side, it would look like it was a fast forward, but it's not.
That's a good thought.
Yeah.
Or, I think what it is, so I don't think time actually moves slower in the Flaxon dimension, and here's why. Most physicists on Earth today would tell you that time does not exist in the sense that
it's just perception.
Yeah, it's how we perceive things. So I think what it is just like
they're so far away from Earth,
or maybe like physics is different in their universe.
Yeah,
and so organic beings just like I don't know. I
don't know either because even their technology is so far more advanced every single time they come back. So it's like,
well, that's just because human technology advances over hundreds of years and thousands of years.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they just speed think. I don't know, and work fast.
I don't know, brother. I do not know.
This is a really big hole that we're kind of stuck on now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, but I was thinking about that when I was watching it. I was like,
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
did
make
too,
sense.
but I forgot about it again at that point
Yeah.
until you brought it back up.
But either way, so we'll see more of the Flaxons, obviously, with Monster Girl and Robot.
Yeah.
Um,
That's gonna be one crazy storyline, dude.
I'm sure. I'm pretty excited about it. I've always liked them. So it'll be cool to see. So then, dude, I swear, Mark has 0 time to rest. 0.
Yep.
Absolutely 0. Earth has 0 time to rest.
I know it's always something.
So then, Titan, and that whole order situation, that whole arc is
God,
back.
yeah, we didn't even
And
get to
Machine
any of
Head.
that.
Yeah.
He was trying to trick, and he was Titan's so dumb for this. He was trying to trick Invincible into helping him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he ordered the services of Invincible Inc. as a client.
But except Oliver came instead.
Yep.
Because Mark didn't know like who the client was for, and
and then Oliver doesn't know the history of him and Invincible like that.
No.
So he just
Yeah.
okay.
And he when he saw the dragon, right, he was like, "Oh, this is the dragon that you guys talked about."
Yeah.
Right.
But he probably wouldn't
like,
recognize Titan.
Right.
You know, he wasn't there for any of that. He was a baby.
So they're fighting the dragon or whatever, and Mark is fighting the Flaxons at this point. So Oliver has no help, but the dragon is super powerful. Even if Mr. Liu is like decrepit now.
Yeah, the dragon is still very strong. And let's be honest, Oliver is strong for Earth standards, but he's still very weak for Viltrumite standards.
Yeah.
Oliver probably right now is at the strength of like, I don't know, maybe like season 1 Invincible, you know?
Yeah, and Mark, like, right after he got used to his powers.
Yeah. Like, obviously, he's still very strong because he was able to kill the Mauler twins as a child.
Yeah.
But that just means to me, what that just means is that so could Mark. He just was holding back.
Yeah, Mark had more restraint.
That's just it.
Because he was more...
Like, I don't think...
He was a teenager.
Yeah, I think they make it clear that Oliver is about as strong as season 1 Mark, but just with no restraint.
Yeah, because he's still a
less
child.
restraint. Yeah,
still, you know, how old do you think he is now? Probably like
biologically, he's probably
like
about
12,
13 to 15. Yeah, 12 to 15, somewhere in that range.
So he's still very young, very immature. He still acts like a child, right? So acts like a kid, and rightfully so. But he's got this extraordinary power. So restraint is something that he's still learning. But either way, Mark is able to come and help him, and then he like beats the shit out of Titan, and he wants to kill Titan, and almost does it if Oliver didn't stop him.
Yep.
So what would you say? That's the third one that he was going to kill.
Yeah, because he did kill Russ.
Yep.
He almost killed Dinosaurus. Oh, I just meant this season.
Oh, this season.
Just this season. Yeah, he almost wanted to kill Dinosaurus, but he didn't, thankfully. And then was gonna kill Titan. Which, you know, and that wouldn't have been right either.
For bringing in this, no, it definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah, like I get it. I get it. It's fucked up.
And there's a past there.
Yeah,
for sure.
But he wasn't trying to involve Oliver. He was trying to involve Mark. So
and in Titan's defense, he wants to protect his family, even if there are wrong ways to go about it. But sure enough, after that, Machine Head literally duped all of them, and now they're both with the Order again, and Machine Head is the head.
The leader of the Order, not Mr. Liu.
Yeah. So that's fun. So I'm sure we'll see more of them. Because the Order's all back together again.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other can that we're gonna have to open up, I'm sure, later. Maybe not this season, but at some point.
Yeah.
But then the last thing that we'll talk about, because we are at time, a huge bombshell at the very end of episode 3.
Oh yeah. He's pregnant.
Yes, Eve is pregnant. And I'm guessing with Mark's baby. Who else would it be?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eve is pregnant with Mark's baby, and we're pretty sure. I mean, I know because
This-
but like,
Oh, yeah.
it makes sense that the reason why her powers are messing up is because she's pregnant.
Because, if you're a human and you're pregnant, it takes all the nutrients first before you get any.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's how Eve's powers work. She is able to rearrange atoms and create things by it uses up the calories and nutrients in her body
Right.
like a pregnancy would, but now it's all going to the baby.
So it makes a lot of sense. One thing that I was confused about is when Rex was scanning her, how did he not realize that she was pregnant?
He probably wasn't running a pregnancy test.
Yeah, but you would think that he was doing a full body diagnostic, right? Things change in your body when you're pregnant. Do you think that he just didn't know what to look for, or like didn't?
It could be that, and it could also be that she's probably only like a few weeks pregnant.
Could be.
Maybe there's just not enough of change yet to show
Yeah.
up. Because even like a pregnant woman, a healthy pregnant woman is still just a healthy woman also.
Right, but
yeah.
the chemicals in your body.
Sure.
So I would have expected, and this is just me being anal, but I would have expected Rex to be able to like see something that was a little bit different than the norm.
I guess if he was a medical, like, okay, I guess if they had gone to Cecil and had the GDA doctors check her out, they probably would have found it out immediately.
Yeah.
Because Robot is incredibly smart, but he's not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So he might not.
And he is still a kid.
No, he's in his 30s.
Oh, yeah.
He's just in a child body.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So that Amanda would have somebody to grow up with.
that weird situation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But he is a man in his 30s. Yeah. But she is also, she's also 27.
Older. Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's not so
I guess
weird.
she's 28 now.
Yeah. It's weird, but it's not weird, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not illegal, right? It's weird, but it's not illegal.
It's
so,
they're just two legitimate adults in
children's
bodies of adolescents.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, Eve's pregnant, and this is really bad timing because it's right before the war.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing because she's still human, right? She's gonna have a legitimate like 9-10 month pregnancy. So that's going to be a decent amount of time that she's not going to be in the fight, and she's going to be away from Mark, or Mark's going to be away from her.
Yep.
In a life or death situation. So that just put a huge wrench in the cog here for their situation. So, but yeah, that was a huge bombshell. So we'll see what happens with that, and when and how she's going to tell him, and what's going to happen from that. But we had some theories on what the baby would kind of be like, girl or boy. If it's going to be Viltrumite and have her DNA as well, with her powers of being able to rearrange matter,
or if it'll just be an Viltrumite.
Yeah, or if it, you never know. So that would be one intense kid if he or she had both powers. But obviously they won't have enough time for that to happen before the Viltrumite War.
No.
So,
no.
Not like it matters.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eve is going to have to sit this one out. But honestly, that's okay. She's a little out of her league in this fight.
She is, but she's still one of my favorite characters.
For sure.
And her power is so unique and so cool. And,
I mean, I think
sucks that she's going to have to sit this one out.
She did really well against Conquest. I think she did better than most of the other Earth heroes would have done.
Yeah. But what she did is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Like, what? Are you going to get your, nearly die to take down every single Viltrumite you fight in the war? You can't, you can't trust that eventually, because it seems pretty cool and you can't die, but what if you can?
I bet
what if eventually that regeneration runs out?
Yeah, the risk is,
it's not worth the potential reward there.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy, and we'll see what happens with that. But next episode, and I haven't read it in the fandom and stuff. Next episode, as you said, should be Damien Dark and Mark in
Going
hell.
to hell.
And that's going to be fucking awesome because
I will know nothing about what's going on.
good.
Everything will be completely new.
That'd
because
be
that is
awesome.
A completely show only arc.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool because you know, anything hell related, whether you're religious or not, I mean, it's very interesting,
For sure.
right? Being able to see like what they view as what hell is like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's different depending on you know, who's creating it. So it's gonna be really cool to see Damien Dark. You know, we got to see him in the first couple seasons. He was like this investigator, right?
Yeah.
Or the private
Detective,
investigator.
private eye.
Yeah. So it'll be cool to see, and I'm glad that it's not in the comics because then you don't already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that next time, and we will try to fit in JJK and Vigilantes, but Invincible is definitely the top of our list just because we like it so much. So
We'll see, because by the time we come back, we'll have at least one more episode of Invincible to talk about.
at least.
Yeah, depending on how long it takes us to get back to recording. At least one episode of Invincible. And also 5 episodes, I think, each of Vigilantes and JJK by this point.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot is happening in Vigilantes.
We might have to find a way to do like 2 episodes in 1 week.
Yeah.
Well, God, next week I won't be able to record next week.
All right.
Unless we do it later on. We'll see if we can do it over the weekend.
Yeah,
but
we'll see what's going on.
all right, guys. Well, we got to hop off here, but thank you for joining as always, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.